wake up, they're feeding us lies. They're playing games with our minds, it's no surprise. They're selling dreams, but we're paying the price. They control the narrative, but we'll take back our lives. They're telling us what to think, what to do, but we won't be fooled. We're breaking through, breaking through. Their propaganda we can see right through. We're waking up, ain't nothing they can do. They lie to you.
Ever pondered upon the intertwined threads of fate and faith? What if we delve into the life of Prophet Yusuf? Born into the lineage of prophecy, Yusuf was the son of Prophet Yaqub. His life was far from ordinary, marked with trials, tribulations, and triumphs, starting from his tender years. The saga of Yusuf's life is a tapestry of divine intervention, human resilience, and an unwavering faith that would inspire generations. As a child, Yusuf was gifted with a dream, a celestial vision that held the prophecy of his future. He dreamt of 11 stars, the sun and the moon, all bowing down to him. This wasn't just a child's dream, but a divine sign, a foreshadowing of his destiny. But what does this dream signify? The 11 stars were his brothers, and the sun and the moon his parents. The dream was a divine prediction foretelling the extraordinary journey that lay ahead for Yusuf, a journey that would take him from the depths of a well to the heights of Egyptian royalty, a journey that would test his faith, his patience, and his resilience. Yusuf's life was not just about his personal journey, but it also offers profound lessons about faith, forgiveness, and the divine plan. His story is a testament to the power of dreams and the strength of faith. It's a narrative that resonates with the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity and the power of forgiveness. Prophet Yusuf's life is a beacon of faith, illuminating the path for those navigating through the tumultuous waves of life's challenges. His story is a timeless tale, a narrative that transcends the boundaries of time and space, providing guidance and inspiration to countless souls across generations. As we delve deeper into the life of Yusuf, we discover not just a prophet, but a hero, a survivor, a leader, an embodiment of patience and forgiveness. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest hours, faith can be the guiding light, a dream, a prophecy that would set the course for an extraordinary journey. A brother's jealousy can lead to dire consequences. Have you ever wondered how it shaped Yusuf's destiny? The tale of Prophet Yusuf is one of the most poignant in the Quran, and it all begins with the envy of his brothers. You see, Yusuf was the beloved son of his father, which sparked a blazing flame of jealousy in his brothers' hearts. It was a flame so intense it clouded their judgment and led them down a path of deceit and betrayal. In Surah Yusuf verse 3, God says, "We relate to you the best of stories through our revelation of this Quran, though before this you were totally unaware of them." Remember when Yusuf said to his father, "Oh, my dear father, indeed I dreamt of 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating to me." He replied, "Oh, my dear son, do not relate your vision to your brothers, or they will devise a plot against you. Surely Satan is a sworn enemy to humankind, and so will your Lord choose you, O Joseph, and teach you the interpretation of dreams, and perfect his favor upon you and the descendants of Jacob, just as he once perfected it upon your forefathers, Abraham and Isaac. Surely your Lord is all-knowing, all-wise." Indeed, in the story of Yusuf and his brothers, there are lessons for all who ask. Remember when they said to one another, "Surely Yusuf and his brother are more beloved to our father than we, even though we are a group of so many. Indeed, our father is clearly mistaken. Kill Yusuf or cast him out to some distant land so that our father's attention will be only ours. Then after that you may repent and become righteous people." One of them said, "Do not kill Joseph, but if you must do something, throw him into the bottom of a well, so perhaps he may be picked up by some travelers." They said, "Oh, our father, why do you not trust us with Joseph, although we truly wish him well? Send him out with us tomorrow so that he may enjoy himself and play, and we will really watch over him." He responded, "It would truly sadden me if you took him away with you, and I fear that a wolf may devour him while you are negligent of him." They said, "If a wolf were to devour him, despite our strong group, then we would certainly be losers." And so, when they took him away and decided to throw him into the bottom of the well, we inspired him, "One day you will remind them of this deed of theirs while they are unaware of who you are." Then they returned to their father in the evening, weeping. They cried, "Our father, we went racing and left Joseph with our belongings, and a wolf devoured him. But you will not believe us, no matter how truthful we are." and they brought his shirt stained with false blood. He responded, "No, your souls must have tempted you to do something evil. So I can only endure with beautiful patience. It is Allah's help that I seek to bear your claims." And there came some travelers, and they sent their water boy, who let down his bucket into the well. He cried out, "Oh, what a great find! Here is a boy!" And they took him secretly to be sold as merchandise. But Allah is all-knowing of what they did. They later sold him for a cheap price, just a few silver coins, only wanting to get rid of him. The man from Egypt who bought him said to his wife, "Take good care of him. Perhaps he may be useful to us, or we may adopt him as a son." This is how we established Yusuf in the land, so that we might teach him the interpretation of dreams. Allah's will always prevails, but most people do not know. And when he reached maturity, we gave him wisdom and knowledge. This is how we reward the good doers. And the lady in whose house he lived tried to seduce him. She locked the doors firmly and said, "Come to me." He replied, "Allah is my refuge. It is not right to betray my master who has taken good care of me. Indeed, the wrongdoers never succeed." She advanced towards him, and he would have done likewise had he not seen a sign from his Lord. This is how we kept evil and indecency away from him, for he was truly one of our chosen servants. They raced for the door, and she tore his shirt from the back, only to find her husband at the door. She cried, "What is the penalty for someone who tried to violate your wife, except imprisonment or a painful punishment?" Yusuf responded, "It was she who tried to seduce me." And a witness from her own family testified, "If his shirt is torn from the front, then she has told the truth and he is a liar. But if it is torn from the back, then she has lied and he is truthful." So when her husband saw that Yusuf's shirt was torn from the back, he said to her, "This must be an example of the cunning of you women. Indeed, your cunning is so shrewd. O Yusuf, forget about this. And you, O wife, seek forgiveness for your sin. It certainly has been your fault." Some women of the city gossiped, "The chief minister's wife is trying to seduce her slave boy. Love for him has plagued her heart. Indeed, we see that she is clearly mistaken." When she heard about their gossip, she invited them and set a banquet for them. She gave each one a knife, then said to Joseph, "Come out before them." When they saw him, they were so stunned by his beauty that they cut their hands and exclaimed, "Good God, this cannot be human, this must be a noble angel." She said, "This is the one for whose love you criticized me. I did try to seduce him, but he firmly refused. And if he does not do what I order him to, he will certainly be imprisoned and fully disgraced." Yusuf prayed, "My Lord, I would rather be in jail than do what they invite me to. And if you do not turn their cunning away from me, I might yield to them and fall into ignorance." So his Lord responded to him, turning their cunning away from him. Surely he is the all-hearing, all-knowing. And so it occurred to those in charge, despite seeing all the proofs of his innocence, that he should be imprisoned for a while. And 2 other servants went to jail with Joseph. One of them said, "I dreamt I was pressing wine." The other said, "I dreamt I was carrying some bread on my head, from which birds were eating." Then both said, "Tell us their interpretation, for we surely see you as one of the good doers." Yusuf replied, "I can even tell you what kind of meal you will be served before you receive it. This knowledge is from what my Lord has taught me. I have shunned the faith of a people who disbelieve in Allah and deny the hereafter. I follow the faith of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not right for us to associate anything with Allah in worship. This is part of Allah's grace upon us and humanity, but most people are not grateful. O my fellow prisoners, which is far better? Many different lords or Allah, the One, the Supreme? Whatever idols you worship instead of Him are mere names which you and your forefathers have made up one, a practice Allah has never authorized. It is only Allah who decides. He has commanded that you worship none but Him. That is the upright faith, but most people do not know. O my fellow prisoners, the first one of you will serve wine to his master, and the other will be crucified, and the birds will eat from his head. The matter about which you inquired has been decided." Then he said to the one he knew would survive, "Mention me in the presence of your master." But Satan made him forget to mention Yusuf to his master, so he remained in prison for several years. And one day the king said, "I dreamt of 7 fat cows eaten up by 7 skinny ones, and 7 green ears of grain, and 7 others dry. O chiefs, tell me the meaning of my dream if you can interpret dreams." They replied, "These are confused visions, and we do not know the interpretation of such dreams. Finally, the surviving ex-prisoner remembered Yusuf after a long time and said, I will tell you its interpretation, so send me forth to Yusuf. He said, Yusuf, O man of truth, interpret for us the dream of 7 fat cows eaten up by 7 skinny ones, and 7 green ears of grain and 7 others dry, so that I may return to the people and let them know. Joseph replied, You will plant grain for 7 consecutive years, leaving in the ear whatever you will harvest, except for the little you will eat. Then after that will come 7 years of great hardship, which will consume whatever you have saved, except the little you will store for seed. Then after that will come a year in which people will receive abundant rain, and they will press. The king asked the women, What did you get when you tried to seduce Yusuf? They replied, Allah forbid, we know nothing indecent about him. Then the chief minister's wife admitted, Now the truth has come to light. It was I who tried to seduce him, and he is surely truthful. From this, Joseph should know that I did not speak dishonestly about him in his absence, for Allah certainly does not guide the scheming of the dishonest. And I do not seek to free myself from blame, for indeed the soul is ever inclined to evil, except those shown mercy by my Lord. Surely my Lord is all-forgiving, most merciful. The king said, Bring him to me. I will employ him exclusively in my service. And when Yusuf spoke to him, the king said, Today you are highly esteemed and fully trusted by us. Yusuf proposed, Put me in charge of the storehouses of the land, for I am truly reliable and adept. This is how we established Yusuf in the land to settle wherever he pleased. We shower our mercy on whoever we will, and we never discount the reward of the good doers. As we see in this entire surah about Joseph, they concocted a plan, a cruel scheme born out of their envious hearts. Can forgiveness heal old wounds? Let's explore Yusuf's reunion with his family. In 1258, God says, And Yusuf's brothers came and entered his presence. He recognized them, but they were unaware of who he really was. When he had provided them with their supplies, he demanded, Bring me your brother on your father's side. Do you not see that I give full measure, and I'm the best of hosts? But if you do not bring him to me next time, I will have no grain for you, nor will you ever come close to me again. After convincing and making an oath to their father that they will bring him back safely, they returned to Egypt with the brother. In 1269, God says, When they entered Yusuf's presence, he called his brother aside and confided to him, I am indeed your brother Yusuf, so do not feel distressed about what they have been doing. When Joseph had provided them with supplies, he slipped the royal cup into his brother's bag. Then a herald cried, "O people of the caravan, you must be thieves," they asked, turning back. "What have you lost?" The herald, along with the guards, replied, "We have lost the king's measuring cup, and whoever brings it will be awarded a camel load of grain, I guarantee it." Yusuf's brothers replied, "By Allah, you know well that we did not come to cause trouble in the land, nor are we thieves." Yusuf's men asked, "What should be the price for theft if you are lying?" Yusuf's brothers responded, "The price will be the enslavement of the one in whose bag the cup is found. That is how we punish the wrongdoers." Yusuf began searching their bags before that of his brother, then brought it out of the bag. This is how we inspired Joseph to plan. He could not have taken his brother under the king's law, but Allah had so willed. We elevate and rank whoever we will, but above those ranking in knowledge is the one all-knowing. To distance themselves, Joseph's brothers argued, "If he has stolen, so did his full brother before." But Yusuf suppressed his outrage, revealing nothing to them. He said, "You're in such an evil position, and Allah knows best the truth of what you claim." They appealed, "O chief minister. He has a very old father, so take one of us instead. We surely see you as one of the good doers." Yusuf responded, "Allah forbid that we should take other than the one with whom we found our property. Otherwise, we would surely be unjust." When they lost all hope in him, they spoke privately. The eldest of them said, "Do you not know that your father had taken a solemn oath by Allah from you, nor how you failed him regarding Joseph before? So I'm not leaving this land until my father allows me to, or Allah decides for me, for he is the best of judges. Return to your father and say, 'O our father, your son committed theft.' We testify only to what we know. We could not guard against the unforeseen. Ask the people of the land where we were and the caravan we traveled with. We are certainly telling the truth." He cried, "No, your souls must have tempted you to do something evil. So I am left with nothing but beautiful patience. I trust Allah will return them all to me. Surely He alone is the all-knowing, all-wise." He turned away from them, lamenting for Yusuf, and his eyes turned white out of the grief he suppressed. They said, "By Allah, you will not cease to remember Yusuf until you lose your health or even your life." He replied, "I complain of my anguish and sorrow only to Allah, and I know from Allah what you do not know. O my sons, go and search diligently for Joseph and his brother, and do not lose hope in the mercy of Allah, for no one loses hope in Allah's mercy except those with no faith." When they entered Yusuf's presence, they pleaded, "O chief minister, we and our family have been touched with hardship, and we have brought only a few worthless coins. But please give us our supplies in full and be charitable to us. Indeed, Allah rewards the charitable." He asked, "Do you remember what you did to Yusuf and his brother in your ignorance?" They replied, "Are you really Yusuf?" He said, "I am Yusuf, and here is my brother. Allah has truly been gracious to us. Surely whoever is mindful of Allah and patient, then certainly Allah never discounts the reward of the good doers." They admitted, "By Allah, Allah has truly preferred you over us, and we have surely been sinful." Yusuf said, "There is no blame on you today. May Allah forgive you. He is the most merciful of the merciful. Go with this shirt of mine and cast it over my father's face, and he will regain his sight. Then come back to me with your whole family." When the caravan departed from Egypt, their father said to those around him, "You may think I am senile, but I certainly sense the smell of Yusuf." They replied, "By Allah, you are definitely still in your old delusion." But when the bearer of the good news arrived, he cast the shirt over Jacob's face, so he regained his sight. Jacob then said to his children, "Did I not tell you that I truly know from Allah what you do not know?" They begged, "O our father, pray for the forgiveness of our sins. We have certainly been sinful." He said, "I will pray to my Lord for your forgiveness. He alone is indeed the all-forgiving, most merciful." When they entered Yusuf's presence, he received his parents graciously and said, "Enter Egypt, Allah willing, in security." Then he raised his parents to the throne, and they all fell down in prostration to Yusuf, who then said, "O my dear father, this is the interpretation of my old dream. My Lord has made it come true. He was truly kind to me when he freed me from prison and brought you all from the desert after Satan had ignited rivalry between me and my siblings. Indeed, my Lord is subtle in fulfilling what he wills. Surely he alone is the all-knowing, all-wise. My Lord, you have surely granted me authority and taught me the interpretation of dreams, O originator of the heavens and the earth. You are my guardian in this world and the hereafter. Allow me to die as one who submits and join me with the righteous. That is from the stories of the unseen which we reveal to you. You were not present when they all made up their minds, and when they plotted against Joseph, and most people will not believe, no matter how keen you are. Even though you are not asking them for a reward for this Quran, it is only a reminder to the whole world. How many signs in the heavens and the earth do they pass by with indifference? Do they feel secure that an overwhelming torment from Allah will not overtake them, or that the hour will not take them by surprise when they least expect it? Say, "This is my way. I invite to Allah with insight. I and those who follow me. Glory be to Allah, and I am not one of the polytheists. We only sent before you men inspired by us from among the people of each society. Have the deniers not traveled through the land to see what was the end of those destroyed before them? And surely the eternal home of the hereafter is far better for those mindful of Allah. Will you not then understand?" And when the messengers despaired and their people thought the messengers had been denied help, our help came to them at last. We then saved whoever we willed, and our punishment is never averted from the wicked people. In their stories, there is truly a lesson for people of reason. This message cannot be a fabrication. Rather, it is a confirmation of previous revelation, a detailed explanation of all things, a guide and a mercy for people of faith. Surah Yusuf, verse 111. In the life of Prophet Yusuf, we find a beacon of faith and resilience, guiding us through our own journeys. His life is a testament to the power of faith, the strength of resilience, the value of integrity, the significance of wisdom, the virtue of forgiveness, and the importance of trusting our destiny. Let us take these lessons to heart and let them guide us in our own extraordinary journeys. Until next time, please share this thank you.